Hi, this is Alken and welcome back to my channel. Well, this was not a scheduled video, but I think it had to be made. Um, yeah, my son thinks it's funny. You know why? It had something to do with AOC criticizing Daniel Penny after a jury found him not guilty of the death of Jordan Neely, and yet the people on the left are going absolutely cuckoo for Cocoa Pops, because that's what it is, because they can't accept the fact that the jury came back with a non-guilty acquittal on this case. I mean, even the Daily Mail online wrote a nasty comment on a headline saying, "So we killed Daniel Penny." Absolutely ridiculous. And AOC is putting her 2 cents in. And I think I should put my 2 cents in when it comes to her. Let me explain something to you, Congresswoman AOC. First of all, I used to work for New York City Transit, but even though you don't see an M on here, I'm not allowed to wear anything like that since I'm retired. Because otherwise you will send the police to my house to retrieve it. That's the rules. So I'm more comfortable with this hat than the MTA hat. But the thing is this. Just like Daniel Penny, I had an incident where I took the life of a passenger back in 1992, a few weeks before Memorial Day weekend. I was operating an F train. It wasn't even my interval because somebody else got hit by a train. And because of circumstances beyond my control, including an A train that took a wrong lineup, went over the F line where it wasn't supposed to go, I could not get back on my regular interval. I got on another interval. And entering Roosevelt Avenue, this poor woman of Asian descent, either she fell or she jumped, we still don't know to this day, in front of my train. Despite the fact that I put the train in emergency, she cracked the glass. I'm seeing her getting injured, and she's against the glass in such a way like this, and all of a sudden she starts sliding like Wile E. Coyote just hit something and starts sliding down. And I thought I was going to run her over with the train, but somehow the train threw her back on the platform. But she was badly injured. Not only by getting hit by the train, by now getting pushed back onto the platform, she probably got a secondary injury. I'm living with that every day. Just like the death of my wife. She died in the hospital and watched her die. And just like this passenger, I was slowly watching her die, and I can't do anything about it to help her. I wasn't allowed to. I didn't have no medical training anyway. So I know what Daniel Penny's going through because I've been there. I took a life. But neither me nor Daniel Penny did this deliberately or tried to do it deliberately. He tried to do the right thing because the city of New York and the state of New York wouldn't do the damn right thing. Neither would the district attorney's office. Oh, and they're going to say, "Oh, but we did send him to go to help." Yeah, he didn't last there, did he? 13 days? 13 days is great for Taylor Swift, but not for the people who have to ride the subways every day, and he keeps assaulting them. But you didn't see it that way. Alan Braggs and all you jokers on the left think it's okay for criminals to do what the hell they want to do with no responsibility and no action taken. It was bound to happen that you have a guy who has mental health issues, regular health issues, and plus on drugs, because he has a problem with K2, which is a very dangerous synthetic marijuana drug. It's not real marijuana, synthetic. Makes things worse on people. Regular marijuana, you people, folks would just, and that cool, calm, collected. Synthetic marijuana does something to your brain that makes you absolutely wild and crazy. And it's not the first time somebody on K2 act wild and crazy on the streets of New York, and not necessarily Manhattan, or boroughs, and causing crime and committing harm to themselves or others. Unfortunately, for Jordan Neely, he had all combination of K2. He had sickle cell problems, probably advanced, mental health, all that combined. And when he's struggling with Daniel Penny, he overexerted himself. Unfortunately, his heart just couldn't handle it. But yet you decided to try to take him to trial and try to put him away for 15 years. That didn't work. Then you tried to pull a fast one for 4 years, thinking the jury was going to bite. And guess what? They didn't. And the fact that you had BLM protesters outside yelling and screaming loud enough you could hear in the courtroom, I don't blame the jury for saying, we had enough of this Mickey Mouse crap. Not guilty. We want to go home. We don't want to hear any more of this crap. And that's it. And the jury probably saved another jury from a headache that they're getting from all this nonsense. But here's AOC with her crap, holier than whatever it is that's in her system, saying all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm sorry, Congresswoman AOC, but you're wrong. You are wrong. This is not about masculinity. This is not about black or white. This is not about whatever craziness is coming out of your heads. It is a safety issue. A safety issue that unfortunately the Manhattan District Attorney didn't take it into consideration when Jordan Neely, or I forgot his name, Jordan Neely gets locked up around 42, 44 times. If he had locked him up the last time he was in trouble, nobody would be here right now talking about this. And I've been a victim of crime on the subway too because of my stupid uniform. I get tagged because that NTA uniform might as well have a sign on the back of me saying kick me, because that's what they do. And I'm not the only one who was getting assaulted. You have a record number of employees that are getting assaulted on the subway and the buses. We just had an incident in Brooklyn with a bus driver. He had to end up stabbing his attacker, but yeah, they arrested both of them. The attacker should have been the one arrested, only because he used a weapon. And of course, the NTA say, "Oh, violence is not tolerant." Yeah, tell that to your passenger. Because a lot of your passengers don't follow the rules, don't follow the law, don't do what they're supposed to. They jump the turnstile. They bring guns into the system. They bring knives to the system. The only thing they don't bring is a fork and a spoon for dinner. I mean, what the hell is this shit? This is bullshit coming out of you. That's all it is. Bullshit. Don't come saying that Daniel Penny doesn't feel remorse. You don't know what's in his head because you weren't in his shoes. You cannot be in someone's shoes unless you had taken somebody's life, AOC. I was there. He's there. It's a club that nobody wants to be in. You know, please spare me the drama, because this is not a soap opera. This is real life. And you playing politics is not going to solve the problem. What's going to solve the problem is, number one, you get rid of that imbecile that you call a district attorney in Manhattan who looks more like an empire penguin looking for its next fish meal instead of prosecuting real crime. Yes, I'm talking Alan Braggs. He looks like a freaking penguin. An empire penguin. Looks like he belongs in the South Pole or something. Not in the district attorney's office. He won't go after real crime. He will only go after people that's politically or whatever his agenda is for that day. That's it. He shouldn't be that way. He's supposed to fight crime, no matter who it is, no matter what color skin he is, no matter how rich or poor he is or she is. He's supposed to go after all the criminals. Lock them up, throw away the key. That's where it's supposed to be. But you don't want to do that. What is your crazy agenda got to do with the fact that the passengers are scared out of their wits? And then here you are saying, oh, we want to put congested pricing to force people onto the subway? How are they going to want to ride the subway when you have Daniel Penny being prosecuted for no reason? And you got passengers assaulting employees. You got other passengers assaulting other passengers. Crime is crazy. We just had another passenger getting attacked on the subway. I think they were pushed onto the tracks. Who the hell wants to ride a transit system when the system is chaotic as it is? Without the crime. It doesn't matter how much money you throw at it. If you don't keep the crime under control, nobody wants to ride the subway. Unless it's the last resort. I'm sorry, AOC, you're wrong. No matter what you say about Daniel Penny, you are wrong. This is Al Can saying so long for now, and don't forget your stop. And don't be like AOC. She probably missed a couple of stops and didn't even realize it.